Have you ever been absolutely certain that something happened, only to discover later that it never happened at all? Have you ever argued with a friend about a conversation you clearly remember, while they insist it never took place? Or perhaps you have a childhood memory that feels vivid and real, yet everyone else remembers it completely differently. So who is wrong? Your friend? Your family? Or could it be your own brain? Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and unsettling discoveries in psychology: false memories. The idea that your brain can create memories that feel completely real, even when they never actually happened. And the most surprising part, when a false memory is formed, it doesn't feel fake. It feels just as real as a genuine memory. In fact, your brain often cannot tell the difference. This isn't a flaw in human intelligence, it's simply how memory works. Because despite what many people believe, your brain is not a video camera. It does not record your life exactly as it happens. Instead, it reconstructs the past every time you remember it. And during that reconstruction process, mistakes can happen. Sometimes small mistakes, sometimes life-changing ones. Most people imagine memory as a storage system, like a computer hard drive. You experience something, the brain records it, and later, you play it back. Simple. But psychologists have discovered that memory works very differently. Your brain stores fragments, pieces of images, bits of sounds, emotions, sensations, smells, thoughts. Then when you try to remember an event, your brain assembles those fragments into a complete story. In other words, remembering is not replaying. Remembering is rebuilding. And whenever something is rebuilt, there is room for error. This might sound shocking, but your brain's primary goal is not to preserve perfect truth. Its primary goal is survival. Imagine if your brain stored every second of every day in perfect detail, every face, every word, every sound, every movement. The amount of information would be overwhelming. Instead, your brain compresses reality. It keeps the parts that seem important. It removes details that appear unnecessary. This system is incredibly efficient, but it comes at a cost. Sometimes the brain fills in missing information with assumptions, and those assumptions can become memories. Think about a puzzle. If a few pieces are missing, your brain naturally tries to complete the picture. Memory works the same way. When details are forgotten, the brain doesn't simply leave empty spaces. It fills them, using logic, past experiences, expectations, beliefs, and imagination. The dangerous part is that once these additions become part of the memory, they often feel completely authentic. You don't experience them as guesses, you experience them as facts. One of the most famous examples of false memory is known as the Mandela Effect. Millions of people believed they remembered hearing that Nelson Mandela died in prison during the 1980s. Many people even claimed they remembered news reports and public reactions. But the truth is that Mandela did not die in prison. He died in 2013. How could millions of people share the same incorrect memory? The Mandela Effect demonstrates that memory is not only vulnerable on an individual level, it can also be influenced socially. Groups of people can develop similar false memories through shared assumptions, repeated exposure, and cultural influences. Imagine a child being repeatedly told a story. Remember when you got lost in the shopping mall? At first, the child may say, "No, I don't remember that." But after hearing the story over and over, something interesting begins to happen. The child starts imagining the event, visualizing it, adding details, creating scenes. Eventually, the imagination becomes so familiar that it starts feeling like a genuine memory. Psychologists have demonstrated this phenomenon repeatedly. Simply suggesting an event occurred can sometimes lead people to believe they remember it. The memory feels real, even though the event never happened. Every time you discuss an event with others, your memory can change. Suppose 4 friends witness the same accident. Later, they talk about it. One person remembers a red car. Another remembers a blue car. One remembers hearing a loud horn. Another remembers complete silence. As the discussion continues, details begin to merge. People unintentionally absorb information from each other. Over time, they may become confident in memories that originally belonged to someone else. This process is called memory conformity, and it happens far more often than most people realize.